How to keep your business going after a loved one kills themselves. I've lost 2 loved ones to suicide. For a solopreneur, keeping the business doors open after a loved one kills themselves is hard and exhausting, but it's possible. Here's my story. Over 20 years ago, Whalen and I spoke at our first international event. We had just started RankWrite, our newsletter about SEO and writing, and getting this speaking gig was a big deal. The day after I flew back home to the States, my soon-to-be ex-husband emailed me a suicide note. I immediately called 911 and asked the police to conduct a wellness check. An hour later, a police cruiser rolled up outside my home. My husband had shot himself. Were there signs? No. We may have been in the middle of a divorce, but we still talked. Heck, he even picked me up from the airport. He wasn't talking about suicide, giving things away, or acting depressed. Suddenly he was dead in one of the most violent of ways. It sucked. I had $0 in the bank, and no staff or family to help me. All of a sudden, I was forced to deal with this big thing, while still making my mortgage. My first inclination was to work. All the time. I would head to my favorite Starbucks around 9 a.m., work for 10+ hours, and drink 5 to 6 lattes. Jill was fantastic during that time, thanks, Jill. Plus, I had a therapist and 2 wonderful friends who helped me during those dark days. I don't know what I would have done them, they kept me sane during a very insane time. But, unfortunately, my 2 friends wouldn't be in my life for long. One friend died of ovarian cancer around 8 years later. My other friend ended her life a few years after that. It was devastating. Just like with my ex-husband, there was no warning. I knew she was going through some stuff, but I didn't realize she was hurting that badly. Our phone chats were mostly positive and upbeat. I had no idea she was thinking of checking out. In fact, we had plans to see each other that month. One second I was planning to drive up to Bellingham, Washington, to see her and surfing Airbnb listings. The next, I was canceling my plans and trying to wrap my head around what happened. The only connection I have with my friend now is an old voicemail. I still play it from time to time. Slowly, I got used to the fact that I couldn't call her anymore, or see her. And I healed. Mostly. It's taken years. What have I learned? Dealing with unexpected death, especially suicide, taught me some critical business and personal lessons. Here's how I kept my business going. I learned that clients do understand and want to help. There were days when I didn't have the brainpower to handle client tasks. Before, I would have imbibed a lot of caffeine and pushed through. Now, I know that it's better to own what's going on and let clients know. And guess what? None of my clients fired me or asked me to. For more on this story, visit the news article link.